Today, we're going to talk about a game called MARVEL Tōkon Fighting Souls. This is the game right here. It's made by Arc System Works. Now, when I first saw this trailer at State of Play, because that's where it debuted, I thought it was a Marvel vs. Capcom fighting style game, and it kind of looks like one. You'll see in a second. This might be the first time you're seeing this game. I don't have the sound on, but you know who actually made this game? I guess it's the Dragon Ball Fighters team. And when I found that out, this makes a lot of sense now. It's like, okay, I see what's going on here. I think it looks great, actually. It looks like a lot of fun. And there's a character in this trailer that actually looks like a lot of fun, and it's surprisingly Miss Marvel. A lot of people talking about her right now, and it's because, once again, Japanese developer takes this character or a character that Marvel has and makes them better. Many such cases of this. Now, this game, not getting a lot of backlash. For the most part, everyone likes it. I like it. I'm kind of excited for this game, actually. It looks like a lot of fun. It's like 4-on-4 fighting. But let me tell you about this roster real quick. So you notice that it's the Ghost Driver character. I think his name is Robbie Reyes. He's a newer Ghost Rider, and he has a car, which I think is stupid. A Ghost Rider should have a motorcycle, in my opinion. But, you know, whatever. I think his design is cool. Marvel is very hands-on when it comes to rosters in these games. The reason that Miss Marvel is in this and that Robbie Reyes is in this is because they're pushing for that. We found that out during Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Notoriously shitty game. But they handpicked, basically, or told them who could be in the game. And, like, I don't think Wolverine was in that game. Like, there was no X-Men in it. That game came out during the time when they were trying to bury the X-Men and the Fantastic Four because of Fox having the rights to those movies. Okay, well, we'll just stop promoting those characters. Now, the X-Men were able to rebound from that. It remains to be seen if the Fantastic Four will. Though it does look like the ticket sales for that movie did pretty good the other day. Whether or not that will continue on, we'll see. I have mixed thoughts on that. I did a video on that yesterday. But I want you to see Miss Marvel. Now, the comics have always failed. They've never sold well, the comic books for Miss Marvel. They constantly have to reboot it to get anybody to buy it because for some reason comic book people will always fall for that new #1 scam. And if you don't know what I mean, they basically take a book and relaunch it with the #1, and everybody thinks that new #1 is going to be worth money. It's a joke. The industry has been doing that for a long time, to be fair. That's not a new thing. But Miss Marvel in the comics has never really been that popular. She's like a Luffy from One Piece ripoff in her power set, but she's nowhere near as interesting as Luffy. But it's funny, you give Japanese people, I think it's a Japanese team that's doing Tokon, and this, like, they all speak Japanese in this trailer. I'm sure it'll be dubbed when it comes out, but it's just funny to see such a Japanese take on this. But Miss Marvel looks great in this game, and people are overwhelmingly talking about that on social media, and some people are getting pissed when you point it out. I'm going to show you some of the code. This isn't just a video game thing. I'm going to probably get some people mad at me for saying this in the comments, but the MCU Miss Marvel is likable as well. I'm not a big fan of the character, but I like that actress that plays her. She's very likable, and she comes off as a fan of comics and superheroes. They actually have made that character a little bit better in the movies with her powers by not having her stretch like a Mr. Fantastic Luffy ripoff. She has like a light-based power or something like that. But this is the comic book version of the character right here. And she actually looks really good in this. I'm not the only one that shares that opinion. I'm going to show you some stuff. But, you know, once again, very well received. MARVEL Tōkon. 109,000 likes to 1,000 dislikes. And, you know, overwhelmingly positive here in the comments. This game looks great. I'm really interested. I hope, because it's 4-on-4, I hope it has a big roster, because you're going to see the same characters all the time. I'm not sure how that's going to work. We'll see. It sounds like a chaotic mess, which Dragon Ball Fighters was. It was a chaotic mess, but that game was a lot of fun. So look at this. This is two different takes here. So this is the Square Enix Marvel game, the Marvel Avengers. Trash game. Miss Marvel, shit in this game. But look at her here. Like, look at the difference between the American-focused version and the Japanese version. Like, she's so much better. Like, if she looked like this all the time, and I am a very big critic of the power set that she has, because it's like, what woman would want these powers? Giant hands. But somehow they still managed to make her look like a fun character. She looks like she got ripped out of My Hero Academia, doesn't she? At least that's what I see. But you see posts like this, which are true. Miss Marvel was always such a nothing character to me. Arc does one trailer, and she looks like the coolest character in the game. They just know how to make shit cool. And there's so much cope on this. So much cope. You got people mad about it. Respect Miss Marvel. They actually make her look cute. Too bad her stories tend to just boil down to white man bad. And that's true. That's true. Here's some of the stuff. So this is from John's lawyer. Just say you've never read a single comic of hers up till now. It's okay, man. Miss Marvel's been cool for years. So here she is. Look at this panel this guy chose to say that she's cool. It's her talking to Miles Morales and just knowing everything. Vivi rattles off statistics and data points. Amadeus wants to solve it like a math problem. Riri is cynical about it all, but won't stop tinkering. Amica just wants everyone to feel better, but you and me, we're the same. The thought of people suffering and dying while you have the power to make things better drives you crazy. Exactly. But we can. We can't save everybody. That sounds like something Peter Parker would say. Oh, wait. It's Miles Morales. What is so cool about this? It's not her, like, smashing something or, like, doing something cool. It's her giving Miles Morales a speech on why they're special, because they don't like suffering and dying, which, I mean, you're superheroes. Why would you like that? Don't the other members on the team have that same mindset? They're superheroes. This is from the Champions run. She's never been cool in the comics. And it's a really good example of how talentless a lot of these Marvel writers especially are. Now, they're not all bad. So there's actually some really good Marvel comics now. Same with DC Comics. There's some great Image comics, great indie comics. I talked about this the other day in my Black Panther video, I think. It wasn't that long ago, a couple days ago. The problem is when they do these characters, they always put some hack on it, and the only reason they're writing the character is because they share some kind of outward trait. So, you know, if it's Miss Marvel, they always have to get a Muslim to write her. If it's Miles Morales now, like Brian Michael Bendis invented this character, by the way. After he left, a white man can never write that character again. It's all based on your identity if you want to write these characters. And it's almost like mandated from Marvel that these characters now, their stories have to revolve around identity. It's like, can't they just tell a good story? First off, if you really want to make these characters shine, you should put the best writer you have on them. But they never take off. Her costume is ugly. Like, just everything about these characters in the comics are awful. But, you know, you give it to some talented people, and they manage to make it work quite well. And I'm not the only one that's pointing that out. It's all over social media of people talking about how much better she looks in the game compared to the comics. And then you have these people that probably don't even read the comics. They just grab, like, this looks like he just grabbed a panel from the Google search and put it on. Look how cool she is. Nothing about this panel makes me want to read this comic. I've seen this dialogue thousands of times throughout my history of reading comic books about how they're driven to help because they don't want people to suffer. What is unique about this? But yeah, this Dado Doyo guy, he got a lot of shit for this post for just pointing out the obvious, that he noticed that they made the character better in a Japanese game. Which, you know, is just pointing out the truth. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Before you go, I've got a comic book out myself, a fun, entertaining comic that is just trying to entertain you. We have some great action in it. It's 60-plus pages. It's square bound. It's amazing. You need it in your life. We've got shirts. We've got slabs, CGC slabs, if you're into those. We've got 4 beautiful covers here that I think you should check out. If you want to jump in, you could jump in on cover D for $17. Not a bad price. $17 for a beautiful, square-bound, 60-plus page, action-packed comic book. So check it out. There's a link in the description. Comment, like, share the video, hit that notification bell, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
The year is 1945. World War II rages from the halls of Buckingham Palace to the shores of the Nile River. Even now, the clash between freedom and tyranny is about to boil over. Somewhere in North Africa, 2 American flyboys are soaring high on a reconnaissance mission, searching for clues to a peculiar new obsession with the occult gripping the Nazi high command.